So joining me now on the set, I have 1976 Olympian John Naber. He won 4 gold medals and set 4 world records at that meet. Thanks for joining me.
My pleasure, Ariana.
So I know that
Delighted.
you just got into town as well. What is it like for you over at the CenturyLink Center?
I've been to the last 2 trials here in Omaha.
Yeah.
In both instances, I had work to do. Tonight, I was a spectator and I loved it. I sat in the middle of the 1976 team. We're all here for our quadrennial reunion.
Yeah.
And it was just wonderful. And such a treat to watch the athletes, and I'm so glad I'm not swimming now. They're so fast.
Is it weird to not be swimming? Do you still, your heart rate kind of like comes up? You want to jump on the blocks? Like, what is that like to watch?
You know, I had a desire to keep racing as long as my records lasted, and the moment Rick Carey broke them, it was like pulling the tooth. It was gone.
Like, over
it's
it.
done. I'm over it. Totally over it.
So you were the first person to break 2 minutes, or the first man to break 2 minutes in the 200 breaststroke.
Backstroke.
That would be backstroke.
Yeah.
200 backstroke. So we were talking about barriers, and 2 minutes is a huge barrier in the 200 backstroke, and you know you have the 1 minute and all these other things. What did you have your eyes set on that for a while to break 2 minutes?
Well, you know that when you work out, you do
Yep.
broken sets,
Yep.
and you add up the little times together, and that's supposed to give you an idea what you ought to be able to do.
Yeah.
And I had really good starts, and so I would push off the wall on each of those 50s, and you add them up together, and it was a 157. I'm thinking, wait a minute, that can't be right.
Yeah.
I think I just came along at the time when the records were in the low 2 minutes, and I was just the next person in line to do it. I never set out to be a barrier breaker. I just aimed at the world record, whatever it was, and that was the target. And it worked.
And I think that that's the beauty of the evolution of sport, and that's how things progress. You know, I always say records are made to be broken. You know, what's the point of them if they just stand there for all time? But, you know, there's continually learning new ways to do things or different technology. Has there been anything in backstroke that has been the most fascinating to you in terms of technique changes that has led to men going so fast?
Well, the biggest difference between now and when I swam was the backstroke turn.
Yep.
We had to touch the wall with our hands.
I can't believe
Now
that.
they're doing the freestyle flip, so it's
Yep.
probably a half second per turn
Oh, yeah.
of value. They're also really good in the underwaters. The kids off the walls today are mind-boggling to those of us who never did that dolphin kick
Yeah.
as well as they do it. And I just love to see the control that the young men seem to have today. They're just really thorough and crisp and tight, and I just watch in awe.
I agree with you. Watching, especially Ryan Lochte do underwater kick, I watch that and I'm like, how could you possibly go that fast underwater? It's amazing to see.
How can you hold your breath that long
Yeah.
after 150 meters?
Yeah.
That's what I'm impressed with.
Training day after day. That was something, when I committed to doing underwater kick, I committed to doing it in training day after day because
Right.
I knew that when I was on the last 150 and all I wanted to do was come up for air, that it would be there for me. So I think that was kind of the evolution for myself. So
It's
you
important to know you can do it when you don't feel like doing it.
Exactly, yeah. So, and training is the perfect opportunity. You know, swimmers have hundreds and thousands of opportunities in training to get things right.
Right. Right.
So you're talking about sitting with the 1976 Olympic